My name is Matt, aka RoadJedi88. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, comments, questions suggested down below. This will be Ultimate Doom. Knee deep in the dead, Central Command. And from the start here, we actually have our first secret to the left. Go ahead and snag it. We come out here, we got a little courtyard out here of zombies and imps to watch the windows, the 2 windows, and the 3 different paths that we get to choose from. I will point out about that supercharge item here in a little while when I'm ready to go and get it. So I went ahead and I ran Speedrun. I don't know why I didn't just go ahead and show my achievement status before I got started with just the walkthrough part aspect of the 100% gameplay. But I will show it here at some point in this game or this mission. So over 3 paths. You saw I shot the barrels that were down the path to the left without going down the hall. Do not go down the hall when you shoot those barrels. And then to the right, assuming there's not a pistol zombie still in that middle room, to the right is the direction we're going to want to go. I mentioned before, this mission is a perfect opportunity to get that chainsaw achievement worked on, and I'm incredibly close. I'm incredibly close. So when you get up here on this lift, do not jump off. Do not jump off. And do not go to no clipping. Do not use that cheat code that I've shown in the rage rooms about the no clip. Because the program will notice that you used it in your playthrough. And it'll penalize you on the whole playing the mission all the way through legitimately. It will spot it. So, when you get up on that ledge, you want to stay up there until you've addressed everyone up there and gotten the items that are up there. As you saw, I got kind of bludgeoned a little, but that's supercharge. I'm going to show you how we get it. We're going to come down here now. There's a pistol zombie and a imp on the way, and then there's those imps across the Toxin River. Now there's 2 paths you can take with the Toxin River. We're going to take the path to the left. Ignore the right because there's nothing over there. We're going to come down here, take out the shotgun zombie. The Lone Ranger down here. Okay, when we get here, now I'm going to do a progress save for myself so I can come back to the load so I don't get penalized. Because I want to show y'all something. If you go ahead and hit that switch without being on the lift, it will not come back down. That was your only chance. Not unless, of course, you went to no clipping, which is IDCLIP in the cheat. But again, that counts against you if you're trying to do the playthrough for the achievement in terms of for the 100% completion, not the speedrun approach. And even with the IDCLIP, I don't think the speedrun will even allow that. I could be wrong on that one, but as far as for the playthrough, the 100%, you don't want to do that. So get half on that lift and half off the lift. Now from up here, back in the central area, the Central Command area, our exit is to the right, but our key is inside this room. Inside the central processing room, if that's what you want to call this. Getting processed by a bunch of imps. Grab that blue key. If those doors close on you, just step on that lit up square. They'll reopen. That's what triggers them to reopen. Now, we come in here, we got 2 paths. Technically, our path is roadblock to the right, except for one aspect. And it's an aspect I don't show in my speedrun, because in the over 30 years I've played this game, I have never been able to pull it off. But you can look up other walkthroughs where there are players that can do it. So, and they do it without the no clipping. They don't do it with the cheat on. So, the idea is that you run jump to where that little ledge is barely sticking out. Every time I do it, I bounce off the wall. I basically just wall ball myself. But I'm gonna come into this blue room for now. You saw I dealt with that pinky that was across the toxin pool though, and the imp. I wanted to get them out of the equation. I probably could have chainsawed some of these guys right in this area. I don't know why I didn't. I think I'm also just running through and being cautious and trying to be thorough on stuff, but trying to make sure I don't die in my gameplay so I can actually get that speedrun achievement for y'all. Because if I die, then I gotta start over with mission 1, and I've already done that like 5 times before when I was over at mission 3. So as you saw, I hugged the wall on the other side of that door. I opened it to shoot the guys on the other side, and then I closed it, flipped to the other side, so I could shoot the guys on the other in the other direction. Just kind of do a little door opening flank shot, I guess if that's what you want to call it. So I'm up at 91 enemies left to chainsaw, and I figured I'd go ahead and show y'all that I wasn't bluffing. I did get mission 4 for the Untouchable. For this mission, I did the speed run in the rage room before I did what we're doing right now, so the count is there. So it does work. Military base did not penalize us. So I'm gonna come in here. This is another spot I could have gone ahead and chainsawed just a little bit at this door, but I've had a history where if I go in there and I start kind of shooting, I end up stepping off the steps. You don't want to be shooting on the lower steps. You don't want any weaponry firing off, or even your chainsaw. If you go down that lower step, everyone that we can sneak up on will be alerted. So stay on this higher ground, on the higher steps. For now, on this higher step. And I mean, you could do some chainsawing right here if you wanted to, but be careful not to fall down that step. I have a history of getting too caught up in the chaos and somehow chainsawing off the steps. So that's kind of why I'm holding back. And it probably kind of cost me here, just a little. But there are a number of guys we're going to sneak up on. And when I get to the end of this, you'll see why I probably was banging my head up against the wall by the end of this. So kind of clear out whoever has been sound alerted from that door spot before moving on. Now I'm going to go to this back section, and I'm pointing out the chainsaw. This is the time to do some sneak attacks. You can flank up on this guy. Flank him at the right. A pinky's going to hear you up on this upper step area. Now these two imps never heard it. Now when I went to go get the guy to the left, this imp did hear it. There's another imp and another pinky that did not hear any of this. I ran my saw so he would come out so I can saw him up as he comes out. There's another imp just on the other side of this wall, but I want to snag the item because at each dead end of this little maze area is an item. There's an item in each dead end. So you want your item counts. Make sure you're spotting those. So be sure you're grabbing the items. But then we're gonna run out here. We're gonna grab the yellow key card. Grab the last of your items, or some of the last of the items. Be sure to hit that switch. That switch is what activates the bridge between the steps and the exit. Double check your scoreboard if you need to. So from up, yeah, like I said, double check your scoreboards. My sound card is messed up on this phone. And this editing. So as you saw, I was one enemy shy from that 100 for that achievement, but I was hoping to have seen it just from that back area. I did not and that's why I kind of wish I had chainsawed a little more at certain points, like with the pinky in this blue room. Maybe a little bit in that last back room where we were doing sneak attacks. I could have done it at the door, But that's okay, because at the start of this first, or this next level, Phobos Lab, Jesus, Phobos Lab, right at the right side there, whenever we get into this mission, it's an opportunity to chainsaw some more guys. So I don't know if you managed to finally get your 100%, or your 100 chainsaw kills by this point, if you'd already had it before that last back area with the sneak attacks that we were doing. But there's going to be more sneak attack opportunities here. So, going into speedrun, and I did this actually before I did the walkthrough to verify that we were not being penalized for doing the military base at all, even though that was just simply a walkthrough. The speedrun did count on this. So, remember, if you need to reinitiate your God mode, it's IDD-QD. IDD-QD. If you need to reinstate, if you feel the need to reinstate, give me everything or give all, like for all the weaponry. I'm still going to collect the key legitimately, but if you want to get all the inventory items, it's IDKFA. IDKFA. I'm gonna run out here. I'm gonna go straight across the path ahead from the starting point. Come up to this middle area. Open the door. Grab the blue key. Run into this section to the left, and we're gonna run down this hall. Careful not to shoot at the start of it, but maybe towards the middle or the end when those imps are crowding you, because that hall will get crowded. We're going to come all the way over here, grab the yellow key card, come out the yellow key door, and work on make sure you hit that switch so this bridge will come up, and hit the exit. And then next is what I like to call Rage Room, for those who don't know what I'm talking about. It's just a free play. It's nothing serious. There's no points. There's no time limit. It's just free roam of whatever reason brings you to want to do this. I call it Rage Room. For me, it used to be a thing of entertainment as a kid, and now that I'm in sober recovery due to PTSD related military service, PTSD related reasons, it's a redirector outlet for me. So I don't, end up being a problem for myself or people I care about. This is just a redirector. And, if I got pent up energy, just come in here. What it is I go through the levels. Whether you're doing it for redirector reasons therapeutically or just for self-entertainment, I just run through and I don't shoot anybody at first. I wake everyone up. I wake all of the enemies on the map. Now, certain areas I might make an exception just because I don't want to repeat the area because of where it is and what it is. But other situations that's not that, I'm just basically waking everyone up. The only other reason I would shoot someone is if they're in my way, keeping me from moving. But first, I wake everybody in the house up, or in the sandbox, or the rage room, or whatever you want to call this. And then I go back to the start of the level, and then I finish off whatever they haven't finished off with each other. I go through and I kill off whoever's left. At that point, no one is in the same position they would be if you're doing normal walkthrough when you find them. They've all shuffled around the map. Half of them, or a chunk of them, have killed each other off. And it's just kind of a free-for-all, It's just simple screwing around. There's nothing serious about this as far as gameplay purpose. It's just whatever you need this for, There's various different, because there's so many different maps, I'm running a rage room on each and every single map after I do the 100% walkthrough and after I do the speed run, just so y'all can get an idea what it might look like, in each of the maps, what each of the maps look like in this type of a chaotic situation. It's just an outlet. My wife and I sometimes do it on Halo. I've been known to do it on Duke Nukem. Can't really do it on Wolfenstein, but at least not that I'm aware of. But I mean, I got other games I like to kind of resort to. It's just free for all, screwing around, not even taking the game serious. Grand Theft Auto is definitely one. But once I've gone through the whole map and woken everyone up, then I go back to the starting point, and then I start killing off whoever is left. And like I said, at this point, they've all shuffled around. A chunk of them have killed each other off. But it's a matter of kind of playing hide and seek and finishing off whoever's still raging themselves, you know? So, there's nothing serious here. Not meant to be taken seriously. Sometimes we get that pent up energy and we gotta be able to do something with it, and we know we don't wanna end up doing something that we regret against ourselves or someone we care about. So this is an outlet that doesn't lead you to hurting someone and letting yourself in jail or ending up under the ground sooner than necessary. I mean, this is just a virtual thing, you know. You're taking it out on someone who's not gonna actually feel it. Bunch of video game characters. They're designed for this purpose. Whereas we each other are not. We as human beings, I mean. You don't have to go for 100% completion score. You can if you want. I've been known to do it. Kind of more or less out of natural habit, though. But my biggest focus is trying to see if I can't find all the enemies after I've got them woken up and shuffled through the map. That's really kind of my thing here. So I call it the rage room. If you're trying to work through the achievements legitimately with the chainsaw and the plasma rifle and the BFG, that's why you haven't seen me pull it out yet. It's because I'm trying to protect my achievement purposes. So what I give you guys in walkthrough, I did all this before I did the actual walkthrough for this mission. So after I do the mission, I probably will run around with a chainsaw and have myself a little Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I mean, I am a Texan. But I will hold back on the plasma rifle and the BFG until we've actually accessed those weapons as well as unlocked the achievements legitimately, you know, instead of the cheat mode approach. I'm trying to at least get those achievements honestly, so. Anyways, that is Command and Control. Subscribe to the channel, like the videos, comments, questions, suggestions down below. We did manage to up our speedrun. Looks like the Mission 9 military base secret mission did not penalize us because we also did that for the 100% completion, not the part-time purpose. So I guess the program saw the difference and didn't penalize us for that. So that's good. Anyways, I will see y'all in the next mission. Subscribe to the channel, like the videos, comments, questions, suggestions down below. And thank you for following. May the force be with you.